What is going on, X Factor Nation? Welcome to the first ever X Factor Daily NBA show. We will get on here every single day, break down the games from the night before, have a look into the games the night of, and give some predictions and just some thoughts. It's going to be going on every single day. So be sure you tune in. Subscribe, like, comment, tell some friends about the X Factor Nation. We love what we do here, and we can't do that without you guys. So be sure to come along this journey, hop on every day, quick little video, give something simple, but also in depth, and join us for the ride. Why not? But let's get right into it here. We have 4 games last night, so an easy night to start this daily show. First game I want to go into is the Dallas Mavericks losing to the New Orleans Pelicans 111 to 113. It was a TNT game on last night, first game. So if you got to watch this game, you know how good of a game it was. Um, we had Luka going off for 37, 11, and 7. Normal Luka numbers, honestly. I think we're a little bit spoiled to how good Luka really is. Christian Wood off the bench with 23 points and 6 rebounds, and Spencer Dinwiddie as well with 24 points and 5 assists. There's just something off about this Dallas Mavericks offense, if you ask me. Like, you look at 3 guys that are scoring over 20 points, and you would think that's really, really good. And don't get me wrong, it is, but it's like Reggie Bullock was only 3 points from the night. Dorian Finney-Smith, 4 points. JaVale McGee, 8. Maxi Kleber, 7 points. It's just there's something off. There's like those other guys that these guys are surrounded around are so inconsistent that I just feel like the max potential we have with a team like the Dallas Mavericks just isn't there yet. And I'm a little disappointed. You know, I'm a big Mavs fan, and I had lower expectations for them this season. And even still, I'm a little disappointed in what we've seen so far. But if we take a look over here at the New Orleans Pelicans, and I'll admit, I would start listening to arguments of the Pelicans are a top 6 team in the NBA right now. They're very deep, 1 through 15. And as we see here tonight, or last night rather, you have Zion Williamson out, you have Brandon Ingram out, you have Herb Jones out. 3 key starters for this New Orleans team, and they're able to get the job done. Let's look at the stats here. Najee Marshall stepped into the starting lineup, 15 points. Jonas Valanciunas, 13, 7, and 2. Not a fantastic night from what we're used to seeing for him, but even still, solid. Jose Alvarado, 13 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. And CJ McCollum, 14 points and 11 assists. I think CJ McCollum's starting to get a little disrespected. And the fact of when they made this trade, everybody was kind of like, okay. Even the start of this season, can he be a starting point guard? And we see last night, 14 points, 11 assists. I absolutely love it. Devontae Graham was huge for them off the bench with 14 points. And if you watch this game, it was a big back and forth battle. The new Pelicans had a big lead early in the first half. But if you are a fan of the NBA and watch games consistently, I think you're aware that first half leads mean absolutely nothing in the NBA. So this entire second half, it was a battle between, the Pelicans keeping a lead, the Mavericks, coming back. So Devontae Graham hit some very big shots. The one thing I will point out that I haven't mentioned yet, Trey Murphy III stepped in, 22 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal on 8 of 8 shooting. A great game, like I mentioned before. I think this Pelicans team is so deep and so scary, especially when they're all at full health. So I think the best is yet to come for this Pelicans team, and a lot of people are potentially sleeping on them. Next game we'll move on to here. The Washington Wizards defeat the Detroit Pistons 120 to 99. The Wizards are a team I haven't heard absolutely anybody talk about up to this point. And I would say it's probably fair. The Wizards are a team of like, okay. Let me explain a little bit. Bradley Beal, when it comes to as terms of a superstar, it's like, okay. Kristaps Porzingis, if he's healthy, he's a good player. Kyle Kuzma is like your second or third option. Okay. Monte Morris, Denny Advia, Rui Hachimura, Will Barton, DeLon Wright, Daniel Gafford. It's like, I mean, you could be worse. You could do worse. So I think this Wizards team is full of a lot of like, okay, like we'll take them kind of guys, but nobody that stands out is like, this is going to help us. This is going to lead our team. If you look, Kyle Kuzma did have 25 points last night. Kristaps Porzingis with 20. Bradley Beal only with 13, 4, and 6. Will Barton had a nice game off the bench for them with 16 points. I'm not willing to say that this Wizards team is a sleeper team in the East just because there's so many questions about health and if they can stay consistent. But if they can, I do think this team has the potential to make some noise throughout the season and shock some people. And as we'll look here with the Detroit Pistons, Bogdanovich had 25 points. He shot the ball very, very well. Isaiah Stewart, 13 and 10. I love his game. He's really stepping up and adding range to his shot. I really like it. Cade Cunningham with 19, 3 and 3. Would love to see those numbers go up. And Jaden Ivey with 11. Not much to add to this Pistons team. I was higher on them than probably a lot of people. I put them in the 10th spot this year for the playing game. So I can't say I'm disappointed in the Pistons just yet, just because they are a young team and they've added some key pieces. So you would expect there to be a feeling out process, but nonetheless, yeah, big win there for the Wizards, and I think they could keep this momentum rolling. They will really turn some heads. Next game here is the Oklahoma City Thunder defeating the Clippers 108-94. The Thunder are a team, like we mentioned in our Western Conference preview. They're a team that they have the skill, but they're obviously just not going to capitalize on it because they want to keep tanking. And if you don't believe me that they have the skill, I mean, go out of your way to watch Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And if there's a game on any night and you have nothing to do, or you're on League Pass, stop and watch Shai Gilgeous-Alexander play basketball, and it is so phenomenal. One of my favorite players in this league. When he has the ball, he has complete control of the game. 33 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals, and 3 blocks. Trey Mann, 25 points, 11 and 10 from Wiggins. This is just it's a team that has the potential that could be really solid in a couple years. But it's like you have a guy already in Shai and Josh Giddey who's stepping up. But they're not being capitalized. They're not being used to their fullest potential just because we want to see this Thunder team tank. Okay, whatever. I just hope that this is the last year of the tank, because if not, you're wasting Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And quickly for the Clippers, no Kawhi, no Paul George. Nobody really stood out. Zubac had 10 and 14. I really like what I've seen out of him this year, especially he is the only real center on this roster. So nothing to really take away. You would think that the Clippers still have the talent to beat a team like this, but in the NBA, anybody can beat anybody on a given night, especially when you're missing your 2 best players. And then the final game of the night, which was a fantastic game, the Phoenix Suns 134 over the Golden State Warriors 105. There's a lot you could say about this game. 2 of the best offenses in the league, some of the best shooters on the court. Devin Booker, I said a video earlier this week. If you haven't checked it out, go check out our YouTube content. 34 points, 7 rebounds, or 7 assists, 2 rebounds, and 3 steals. I said earlier this week, Devin Booker has MVP potential in my eyes, especially if he can keep it up for this team. DeAndre Ayton also had 16 and 14. From what I saw out of him early on, I didn't really love it. He, obviously started to pick it up towards the end. Jock Landale had 17 and 7 off the bench for them. Really like that. And Chris Paul able to step it up and have a good game. 16 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists. And for the Warriors rather, Steph Curry had 21, 7 and 8. Andrew Wiggins had 16, 6 and 3. I love Andrew Wiggins' game. I absolutely love it. This system is a perfect fit for him. I really thoroughly enjoy watching Andrew Wiggins play basketball. And one other thing I want to quickly mention is Klay Thompson, only 2 points, 2 assists, and 1 block. I really question that if this wasn't the history with Klay and the Warriors, what his rotation would be like on a different NBA team. Because I will give him some slack because he is coming off some serious injuries. So I'm not going to be as hard on him. But it's just like, there's that factor there of this is our guy that's been a big part of championship teams, which is great and fantastic. But at some point, it's like he's not who he once was. And you have young guys off the bench like Moses Moody. You have Jordan Poole. All these guys, Jonathan Kuminga. I really like this Warriors team. I really like their future. I just question what Klay brings to a team like this. And it's an off night, so I could be overreacting just a little bit. But nonetheless, I just wonder if it's time to potentially start to get somebody else in that starting lineup and let Klay come off the bench and work a second unit. That's all the games last night. We'll take a quick look here at the games tonight. Busy night in the NBA. First game we have at 7 o'clock, the Orlando Magic, who is still yet to win, going up the Cleveland Cavaliers. I love this Cavs team. Love what Donovan Mitchell has brought to them. I love Evan Mobley. Love Darius Garland. Love Jared Allen. I'm going to take the Cavs here tonight. Watch that game if you have the opportunity. The Cavs' offense is exciting with Donovan Mitchell, but their defense is fantastic as well. Also at 7 o'clock, we have the Atlanta Hawks going to Detroit to take on the Pistons. I'll take the Hawks here tonight. I just think they have the better guard play. And the Pistons on a back-to-back. I like the Hawks that get edge out the victory there. 7:30, the Charlotte Hornets take on the New York Knicks. Both teams 2-1. Hornets kind of surprising me up to this point, but I do think they will get worse throughout the season. And the Knicks have been playing pretty well. I wasn't very high on the Knicks, but they're only lost to a really good team in the Memphis Grizzlies in an overtime defeat. Give me the Knicks at home there. And at 7:30 as well, we have the Philadelphia 76ers up against the Toronto Raptors, two teams that are very good, two of the better teams in the Eastern Conference, but at any given night can lose to anybody in the league. I want to give the edge here to the 76ers, actually. I think that, a night of rest, come into the Raptors and try to prove a point. You just got your first win against the Indiana Pacers. I expect a big game out of Tyrese Maxey tonight. So I give me the 76ers there. Also at 7:30 on ESPN, the Nets go up against the Milwaukee Bucks. Give me the Bucks. I'm not going to bet against Giannis unless it comes to a team that really I'm very confident in, and I'm not confident in the Brooklyn Nets at all. Giannis is the best player in the world today. The 1-3 Indiana Pacers take on the Chicago Bulls. I watched a bit of the Bulls game the other night. I really like what I see out of them. It's just their problem has always been injuries. But I would assume has really stepped up and played well. I like this Bulls team. Give me the Bulls at home. At 8 o'clock as well, we have the San Antonio Spurs going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Spurs are 3-1, surprising a lot of people. I don't think that'll continue. I don't think that'll keep up. I think the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to get the victory here, go 3-2. They lost to the Spurs, I believe, a couple nights ago. Come out and prove a point. At 9 o'clock, a game that I watched the other night. Now I think it's just the Jazz are at home now, and it's the Houston Rockets going against the Utah Jazz. The Rockets able to pick up the victory, actually. Two teams that just have flashy offenses at points, but nothing that really stands out. It's a lot of ugly shots, a lot of bad shots. I give me the Jazz to win at home. I think Lauri Markkanen has a big game tonight. And then the final ESPN game is the 0-3 Lakers up against the Nuggets. I don't think this will be a fun game. I think the Nuggets will win pretty handedly. If you are interested in watching it, though, I would say watch it just for the simple fact of watching Nikola Jokic. The game is so easy to him. He is the best center in the world today. He is a top 5 player. The game is just so easy for him. The way he facilitates everything and everything works around him. Give me the Nuggets at home. Final game of the night. The 1-3 Heat, struggling Miami Heat, going against the red hot Portland Trailblazers. I was really low on the Portland Trailblazers to start off this season. They've proven me wrong. They are my League Pass team to watch, actually. Every time they're on League Pass, I make sure to watch at least 15 to 20 minutes of gameplay from them. I really like what I've seen. Dame Dalla is back at the top of his game. Jeremy Grant has been a nice fit, and Anthony Simons has really stepped up into a big role for them. Give me the Portland Trailblazers at home. I love this. This is why I love the NBA. Bunch of great games on tonight. A bunch of talent all throughout the league. Bunch of talent on tonight. Make sure you watch these games. Make sure you tune in. Flip around. Let me know what you guys see. This daily show is going to be a simple breakdown, but it also needs. I want it to be interactive. Comment down below what you thought, what you see, and your predictions for the night as well. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to subscribe and tell your friends. We will be out tomorrow with another daily show. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you later.